Okay, so we've just pulled over because since I last spoke to you, we actually did get caught by the clouds of doom. And just wipe this visor. I got a little bit of a soaking, it wasn't too bad to be fair. So this car park now, as you can see in front, Galloway Forest Park, Loch Doon and Castle, and the Carrick Forest Drive. And it's about 14 years ago I think since the last time I come down here. So the idea is, so we're actually in Galloway Forest Park now, or part of it. If we can do the forest drive out from here, then we'll carry on to the main part of Galloway. I'm hoping we can link up some of the forest drive roads, but we'll soon find out. Temperature's just dropped slightly since this morning. We got up to about 14.5, 15, 12 and a half now, so it's still it's not bad for riding, to be fair. It's not chilly. I've got an extra layer underneath. But you see, even this road now to Loch Doon, all fresh tarmac. Absolutely fantastic scenery though, isn't it? It's just, what that weird building is on the top of there. Craigillian glamping pods down that way. The Roundhouse Tea and Coffee House. I think I'm just about ready for a brew, but I'll tell you what, I'll be having a beer and maybe a whiskey later for sure. This is annoying. Now there's Loch Doon in front, and there's a hell of a lot of cars, it looks like, up there. I don't know if it's cars or caravans, but many years ago it was like a hippie camp around here, and people would stay here for weeks on end. And looking up at there, I think that's still the case, but we'll soon find out. Just out of everywhere in Scotland, it always holds a memory of being a really sort of bizarre place. Sort of grey and dull almost, if that's the right word, but yeah, you see, it's just a grey and dull place. Just remember all this grey walling, almost like a prison. Oh, so they've got a decent cafe here now, that's one thing for sure. But it is a really bizarre place, just tucked in the middle of Scotland, in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, so that's interesting. Military operations. During the First World War, Loch Doon became the site of one of the first aerial gunnery schools in Europe. 1916, construction began with 3,000 men building accommodation, sewage works, a cinema, hangars and a firing range with a moving target railway. Loch Doon is the largest inland area of water in South Scotland. Natural loch before it was dammed and enlarged to form a reservoir for hydroelectricity generation. So we're just going to head a little bit further down to see where the castle is. It's a 13th century castle, and then it is actually a dead end. Although there is 11 kilometres of forest drives you can do, but we'll save that for the main forest park. In 1823, 5 dugout wooden canoes were found in shallow water near Castle Island. Only 2 survived. Radiocarbon dated AD 500. The people have been living beside the loch for 6,000 years. Wow. All right. Enjoy. I'll go and have a look at the castle. So it, like I said, it is a dead end. It's quite sort of deceiving because the sign at the head of the road does say Galloway Forest Park. So you think it's a through road, but it is a long road round the loch, and then obviously the forest drive at the end of it. But it's just worth coming down to where the castle is. And this is what I was saying. It looks like it's a caravan park now, but it was like a sort of hippie commune back in the day. It looks like they've got a caravan park there now. Always seems really popular for some reason. But I mean, seeing it on a sunny day, actually, it's not as grey. Yeah, it's a caravan park now. Things have changed. So we're at Loch Doon Castle now. Behind me, as you can see, there's a fence erected around it due to instability of the stonework. I mean, come on, it's been here since the 13th century, and they put a fence around it now because of instability. Yet it probably, you know, withheld sieges from the English for hundreds of years. And now we've got a Harris fencing around it. Hey, does that make sense, that, Stu?
Not a lot. No.
So it does say that, can't read this now, I'll read it for you. Loch Doon Castle was built in the early 14th century on a large island in the loch in 1935-36. When the water level was to be raised for a hydroelectric scheme, the castle's fine masonry was dismantled and re-erected here. Little is known of its history apart from a successful defence against the English siege in 1335. So you think in the middle of nowhere it'd be nice and quiet. And we've got dogs barking in the background. So we might just head a little bit further, maybe a mile or so down there. I think I need to be hair cutting. And then turn round and then head back into the forest park from the main forest park, and do a bit of exploring around there before we get to our digs for the night. Now, this is not much down at the end of there, so we'll head out of Loch Doon and find the forest tracks of Galloway Forest Park. one last look at Loch Doon Castle. And I will see you a few miles down the road. So to the right of me is Loch Ken, and just the fringes of Galloway Forest Park. We've sort of skirted back around because we've realised where we're booked in tonight is completely opposite direction. So what we're going to do is head that way, check in, and then hopefully head back out then on the bikes once we've offloaded. But I mean, the day has turned after that rain before. Now we've got beautiful blue sky. Temperature jumped to 16 degrees. So the longer the day is going on, actually, the better it's getting. So I should have parked in there. I think I might turn round. I want to park next to this place for a little while. Actually, just chill out here for a bit. Look at this Loch Ken. Loch Ken, I thought we'd chill out by Loch Ken for 5 minutes. Yeah, so that was typical. So Stu, who's an avid bird watcher, we've come here, we've seen this place here, red kites at roost, and you went down to the loch side, didn't you? And then as you come back, there it was, a red kite in all its beauty. Beautiful bird, right low over the trees. And as typical, no cameras rolling. So it seems like this lay-by is one of the places to watch red kites roosting, apparently. But we have seen one, and I must admit, that was one of the best views I've had. It was a beautiful bird, straight over the trees and then disappeared. So we've waited here another 10 minutes to see if it comes over again, but as per usual, not a chance. So we're going to head back down towards Castle Douglas now. I did have this thing about putting the drone up, but where we are is the inn on the loch, so we'll try and get some drone footage later. It's more vast than what you think around Galloway. My idea, like I said, was to do some of the forest park, but we spent that long doing some fantastic roads and more roads around borders to get down here. Time's knocking on, so there we go. Wow, that's a red kite. So just as we set off, I hope I've caught that on camera. Beautiful bird. Okay, so we're 1.4 miles now to the inn on the loch. No idea what this place is going to be like. I'll hear something by a pond. Can you explain these? Can you explain these lights? These 2 sets of lights are not doing anything. Anyone got an answer? Because I haven't. like they've just put a set of traffic lights just in the middle of the road for no reason. Right, so looking down on the map now, see we're here and we've got this little lock here, so that's where we're heading. Got to be this one coming up here now. The inn on the loch. There we go. That looks alright, doesn't it? Hey, beer garden. Wow. Even got palm trees. Oh, I can smell the food in the restaurant. We have arrived. Can you explain them?
Oh really? What was it fucking there for?
There was because I don't know. Did you see the other set about half a mile back? Because I stopped at them and I thought, oh, you'll catch up, and then they changed to green. Or it's like there was another van went through them, and I'm thinking, what do you do here? I've never seen anything like it. Have you? I couldn't make sense of that though. Could you?
Oh, it was pointless because there was no fucking side road, was there?
No. No.
Pelican.
No, it's like they just put a set of traffic lights in the middle of the road for no reason. No, I couldn't work that out.
Oh, fucking fish and chips.
I can smell the food. So if any of you guys out there can explain those lights we've just gone through, just hit me up on the messages. Sometimes you just drop lucky with places. This is the Inn on the Loch in Castle Douglas. So we've actually got the apartment. And I've been told we can park the bikes nice and safe in this little compound behind me. But check this out. So rooms would have it, I think we've done pretty well there. Look at this. Stu's probably on the throne. Not bad at all. After a day's riding, I think we've had about 6 or 7 hours in the saddle today. So we just booked a room for some food. Booked a table for food. 6 o'clock, Stu, yeah? So we might as well just chill out and have a couple of beers and then get ready for tomorrow.